This is race 1 of the Winter Champ Series 2022 at Norcal Hobbies. We have a total of 10 cars for the A main. I'm starting in the 8th position. Guess why? No, I'm kidding. But I am starting in 8th position, so it'll still be fun. Little shout out to Aaron, who's starting in the 3rd. Thank you so much for making some space on the pit. This particular night it was extremely crowded, so for those of you that are planning on racing, there's a lot of friendly people, so even if you don't find space, just ask somebody in the shop. Sometimes they'll bring out a full collapsible table, put it up for you, or sometimes somebody will be really nice and just allow you to pit next to them until another pit opens up, which later on I got lucky. But here we go. So this is actually a practice start. Now look at that white vehicle that started toward the end of the pack, and that's my maroon vehicle right there. Boom. Okay, and now I'm dead last. So we're just kind of stuck there. That Marshall is really cool. Both of those little Marshalls. Those two kids actually race, and they're pretty good. They're in the rookie class. So that's the other thing too. You have to be careful. Now, don't get upset with the Marshalls. In the end, you're the one that crashed, or somebody crashed into you. So just relax. Everybody's out here to have fun. Just remember, it really doesn't matter if you win or lose. Until you lose, then it really matters. But they're going to line up the grid again, so it's going to take them a while. And we're going to start this time for real. So I'm in the 8th spot. My goal is generally to, if I start in a particular spot, it's, okay, everybody's goal should be to win, right? Win cleanly. But a more realistic goal is to end in a spot above wherever you started. So if you start in 3rd, try to end in 2nd or 1st. If you start in 4th, end in 3rd or 2nd. If you start at 8, such as where I am, end 7, 6, or win somehow, which is possible. So we're going to have this quick little start, and I've made some cars, so right now I'm in 3rd place, so that's awesome. I'm running 3rd. I'm going to screw up, don't worry about it. So here we are going. Now that's a little tricky area, that little turn, because it's actually quite bumpy. Now I'm in 4th. I did get hit, but that was, say, door to door, so it was incidental. That was a complete accident. So here I'm taking the turns way too wide, so now 5th, 6th, and that's just my bad driving. And those little mistakes do add up, and ultimately it comes down to practice. I just haven't had a chance, and that seems to be my excuse every single one of these videos, if you've been keeping up. But I'm actually going to do all right, and I'm going to catch, even though I'm in 6th place right now, I believe, I am going to catch up and go to 5th, and then 6th, and then you're going to see what's going to happen. So I'm actually waiting for the moment so I can make a particular comment. But the tabletop, I've been doing the tabletop a little smoother. That jump, I still have to sort of work it out with the buggy. So we'll see if I get a little more practice time or not. Luckily, I saw that Marshall very last minute, so I didn't run into him. And that's something you have to try to be aware, although it's a challenge. Sometimes whenever there's, if somebody were to throw, say, a garbage can right in front of your car, by the time you saw the can, you probably already hit it and flew past it. Overshot that one. Okay, that one's a tighter turn. But I need to carry more speed. My turns are a little too square. Here we go, tabletop. At least I didn't fly off. Almost traction rolled. I need to keep the nose down. Okay, that was much nicer. So I'm going to get a rhythm. I think it's these next 4 laps that I actually get somewhat of a rhythm. I'm still having a challenge with those dots, doing that turn with those dots. Here we go. Okay, tabletop, not too bad. And I come over, jump. That was a better jump than the previous one. That was a much better jump. See how it landed on the face, the back face? And this turn, still a little kind of choppy. I need to carry the speed. You know, maybe turn a little more, even if I have to cover a bit larger distance. If my car's going faster, it'll be better. So here I passed this white car, and that was the original white car from the practice start. If you remember, that just kind of clipped my wheel. There I crashed. Didn't measure it so well. But here we go. It's really more about consistency. So even if you don't have the fastest lap times, you can still beat a lot of racers based on consistency. If you could just avoid major crashes, actually if you could just avoid crashes in general, but major crashes mostly, major crashes will account for at least half a minute of lost time. So if you think of 30 seconds in a buggy, that's 2 laps. Alright, that part's important. So you saw that car kind of lost control, flipped. Alright, so that buggy was not very stable. You saw on the dots, losing control, then flipped on the next turn. And then right here, that buggy took the inside. So I took the outside. I was not expecting him to go outside after. So he's going to hit me right on my rear wheel, flip me over, and that's just going to throw me down a few positions. So from fighting for 5th, I'm now going to be in 7th. So spoiler, I'm going to be 7th place. So it's little things like that that will affect your race, because now, see, I was thrown over and I'm waiting for the marshal to put me on the correct side, and then as soon as I realized the marshal wasn't going to put me on the correct side because I was thrown back on the other side, I decided to go. So that was time lost because I got hit and then waiting for the marshal, which happens. I mean, in the confusion, sometimes marshals won't pick you up, and sometimes it's a lot faster for you to just go. But here we go. So now I have to try to catch up. Actually, I think I dropped a few more places, and I end up having to catch up to somebody else. So right now I think I'm probably 9th. I don't think I'm 10th. But we'll see. I have a little bit of time. Like I said, I'm going to end up in 7th place. So at least I did advance a position. I just need to clean everything up and then just avoid other cars. Or situations. One of the things, too, you have to avoid situations where other cars can hit you as well. You know, this is something that I'm aware of, and anybody racing you should be aware of. There's certain vehicles that will get a little too excited and, you know, just focus too much on winning, even though you're not going to win. And then they start, instead of making a good race for themselves, they end up making bad races for other drivers. And we've all been through it. We've all done it. I'm saying that just to make people feel better. And I'm sure I've screwed up people's races before. So it's no big deal, right? These are not national championships. But that's the end of the race. I hope this was entertaining. Please subscribe if you have not, and I'll catch you on the next one.
What? Oh, my hair! My car! My rod!